Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of the PG and Research Department of Mathematics, V.O.CHIDAMBARAM College, we welcome you all to the a faculty development program in exploring new ideas, new horizons in mathematical research. So, today I invite our organizing secretary, assistant professor of mathematics, Dr. Martina Jensi, to welcome the gathering. Please, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to welcome you all for the third day of the 6 days FDP on exploring the new horizons in mathematical research. It is our pleasure to host this program, which aims to enhance the teaching and research of faculty members. I would like to extend a special welcome to our resource person, Dr.P. Chinnaraj, Associate Professor of Mathematics, PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research, who have joined us today to share his expertise and insights on authentication and key establishment for V2V and V2G. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir. A warm welcome to all the participants who have joined in Google Meet and those who are in YouTube Live. We hope that this FDP will provide you with new ideas, inspiration, and practical strategies to enhance your teaching and research. Once again, I welcome you all for this FDP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, respected Martina Jensi, ma'am, for your wonderful words. Now, I hand over the session to uh, Professor Pandiselvi, ma'am. Dr. Pandiselvi will introduce the resource person, and afterwards, the resource person will uh, have his talk to us. Please. Pandiselvi, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Okay, sir. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Good afternoon, Onadal. It's my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person for today, Dr. P. Chinnaraj. He is currently serving as an associate professor in the Department of Mathematics at PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research, Coimbatore. He has been a valued member of this institution since 2015. He earned his PhD from our VOC college in 2018 under the guidance of former HOD Dr. R. Balakrishnan and focused on semi-near rings. His research interests are both diverse and impactful, spanning areas such as semi-near rings as well as authentication and key establishment protocols for vehicle-to-vehicle and vehicle-to-grid communications. In addition to his prolific research contributions, which include numerous publications in peer-reviewed journals, international and conference papers, he has also pursued interdisciplinary studies, ear- earning a master's degrees in psychology from Tamil Nadu Open University. Moreover, he has been actively involved in community service as the NSS program officer, a role he has held since 2016. With his deep expertise in mathematics, continuous research, and his dedication to social service, he is truly an inspiring teacher. Sir, we are honored to have you with us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your wonderful introduction. Now the session is handed over to our resource person, Dr. P. Chinnaraj, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. First, I would like to thank Honorable Secretary of V.O.CHIDAMBARAM College, Sri A.P. C.V. Chokkalingam, and Principal Dr. C. Veerabahu, and Convener Dr. C. Deva Manoharan, and organizing secretaries Dr. S. Jackson, Dr. L. Pondiselvi, Dr. J. Martina Jensi, and organizing committee Dr. L. Meenakshi Sundaram, and other organizing committee members. Thank you for the opportunity to give a talk on authentication and key establishment for V2V and V2G. Okay. First, I would like to introduce concept of V2V and V2G. Actually, V is nothing but electric vehicle. In future, we are going to utilize vehicles only using electricity. So nowadays we are using petrol and diesel, etc., and many other sources. But in 2040 onwards, not only in India, all over the world, we are going to use only electricity. By using electricity only, we are doing or working many things like mixie, grinder, etc., etc. But in the transportation, we are using electrical vehicles. So in the electrical vehicles, there are two communications are there. One is vehicle to vehicle communication and vehicle to grid communication. So before that, we have to know what is a grid. Grid is nothing but it is all connected to all over the city, or you can take any one nation or any one part of the city. The grid manages electricity to home, car, and industry, etc., etc. So the grid, vehicle to grid is nothing but actually when you see the vehicle, most of the time we are parking in the parking place, our car or any vehicles. Car maybe sometimes you may use what two-wheeler. In the future we are going to use lorry, bus, etc., etc. Nowadays some cities are using buses using electricity. So most of the time, our own vehicles are parking in our area. But at the time, we are using electricity power using the grid. Actually, when you see this picture, we have a electricity grid using, we are seeing the home and V2G unit and the electrical vehicle.
Sir,
So,
sorry
sir,
for the inconvenience.
Yes, sir.
If time permits, sir, and the slides வந்து கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் wide ஆக்கலாமா sir? Either in slideshow mode or in either full screen mode. Yes,
It's
please,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. So now most of the time we are parking the vehicle. So we are not using the vehicle 95% per day. So we can connect the battery to the grid. Electricity can be used both ways. So whenever we need electricity, we can take electricity from the grid. Suppose in any situation, for example, disaster, any fault in the electricity production center, at the time, electricity shortage will happen. So at the time, what will happen in the communication system? Electricity will taken from the vehicle, electric vehicle, because we are using two-way electricity, two-way communication and a two-way electricity transformation also. So we are going to see how to authenticate a trusted person and vehicle and charging station. Let us see one by one. Actually, there are another cases there, vehicle to vehicle. Vehicle to vehicle technology is nothing but mostly we are using internet. Is it right? But all the time when war maybe happen in the future, at the time internet will not work. Then how to communicate? Or otherwise, near communication, radio communication, that is called radio communication. Without internet, it's like a walkie-talkie. When you use walkie-talkie, what is happening? There is no need internet case. But in the radio frequency, we can communicate each other in a certain circle, correct? So, yes, any questions? Okay. So in that time,
Hmm.
any
GP.
hello. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Any
By mistake, a participant mic is open. So
uh,
we will rectify it, sir, please.
okay. Okay. So in the vehicle to vehicle communication, we can communicate nearby vehicles. For example, if you have any problem when you travel in the mountain, any forest, if you have any problem in the route, we can communicate up to 300, up to 400, up to 1 kilometer range. We can communicate, and we can inform if there is any dangerous in our place. We can inform to other vehicles. We can transfer the information through any signals. Okay, there are many possible cases are there. Using walkie-talkie method or radio technology method, we can communicate in the short distance. Okay, that's why we need the communication, proper communication. In the communication, vehicle to vehicle, sometimes attackers may involve, and they can direct into the wrong way or misuse. Okay, so that's why we need a proper communication. So that's why we have to learn what is vehicle to vehicle communication. So I think you understand what is V2G and V2V. So V2G is nothing but vehicle to grid technology, and V2V is vehicle to vehicle technology. Okay. So actually, what we are going to see this talk is nothing but authentication. What is authentication? Actually, before going to the authentication, let us see a few things. Actually, the vehicle to grid technology. Now, I am going to talk fully about the vehicle to grid technology only. So let us see few basic information. That is solar energy. We can convert solar inverter to AC. Then we can produce electricity using solar, and we can supply to the what home and also grid. Okay, in the home we can use the electricity to the electric vehicle. So here we are using bidirectional EV charger. What is bidirectional EV charger? Bidirectional is nothing but, now we are using, for example, cell phone charger. That is a one-way directional EV charge, because we can collect or we can charge electricity. We can use electricity. That is one way. You can get electricity from the grid, but you cannot return to the grid. That is not possible in our electric vehicle. Now we are using, for example, a cell phone charger or any charger. That is called one way. But if we use bidirectional EV charges, when you see the picture, you can able to identify bidirectional charges. In this bidirectional EV charge, you can get the electricity from the grid, and also you can give the electricity to the grid. Okay, whenever they require. So now let us see what is authentication. Authentication means, for example, we are using our mobile app, banking app. Okay, for example, if you want to send money nowadays, we are downloading the every bank are using apps application. For example, I take on example Central Bank of India. So I'm using Central Bank of India. I download the app and I authenticated. But whenever I want to open the app, we have to give input. What is input? Finger input. Okay, imprints. So if you give thumb impression, only my mobile app will open. Okay, that is called authentication. So before authentication, whatever authentication we are going to use, first we have to register our data. Is it correct? For example, if we download the app, we have to give inputs. For example, in our banking case, we have to give the bank identification number and our IFSC code and our data. Everything, if you feed into the app, then it will check with the bank app, that is called utility service provider. Then that will authenticate. After that, we have to set a PIN. correct? We have to set a pin for like 4-digit number or 5-digit or 6-digit, depends on the bank mobile app. And also we have to imprints are using the fingerprint, we have to register. Okay, that is called authentication. If you forgot any password or username, we can recover our password and username by using authentication. Otherwise it is not possible to get. So this is called authentication. When you see the picture, you can able to understand what is authentication. When you give fingerprint, then the lock will open, that is app will open. Okay, this is what a simple thing. Okay, so why we need a smart grid? So actually, smart grid offers a variety of roles to control the generation and distribution of quality power among the service providers and consumers. Smart electric vehicles are revolutioning the use of smart grid infrastructure by deploying two-way communication using V2G technology. Vehicle to grid technology strikes a balance between the utilization of low cost renewable energy and saving the electrical energy by feeding it back into the power grid. Okay, now I think you can able to understand what is vehicle to grid technology. Okay, so now what is authentication? Before that, when you see the picture, usually you can understand what we are going to see in the talk. See this cloud server. This is server. This is a fog server. We are getting the sub server is nothing but fog server. And another tower, you can how we are transforming the data into that, and we can receive from the tower. You can communicate through tower only nowadays. And this is nothing but charging stations. Okay, charging station, these are electric vehicles. This upper part of the network is for communication network. Okay, and see the lower part of the network, this one is power plant. A power plant, we can produce electricity and we can supply to the tower lines, and the electricity comes to the distribution substation. From the substation, the charging station collect the electricity. From the charging station only you can able to charge your vehicles. You cannot directly go to the power plant, you cannot charge. This is the protocol we are using. So here, what is the problem? So when you see one person is there here, he is called attacker. So why is attacker here? How to avoid attacker, how to communicate securely is the most important in the transaction or any other cases. So now, for example, I give you one thing. Our car number ID is A, for example. Okay, if he hack our ID or our authentication details, then he can charge his car by using our ID. Then bill will we will get the bill, correct? If we use our identity card, he will get benefit and paid by us. So this is the attacker's work. Similarly, for example, if you know if anyone person knows the your ATM card pin and ATM card, he can able to what? Withdraw money. Similarly, here in the ATM card, if he knows pin, he can withdraw the money. But here, if he know the ID of our electric vehicle data, he can use our vehicle's information, and he can get benefit from our charges. Okay, so now what we are going to do, communication must be more secure, like our bank transaction, because nowadays the bank transaction is fully secured, 99.99% secured. Without our knowledge, no one can get money from our bank account. because one simple thing, if you want to transact anything nowadays, we will get one pin from OTP from bank side. Then if the OTP is correct, then only you can withdraw the money. Similarly, in the future, in the electric vehicles, when you use in India, 2040 onwards, we are going to adopt this type of technology. Nowadays, one or two cities are adopting these cases. Okay, when you see nowadays 100, one car is electric vehicle out of 100 nowadays. This will increase in future. Okay, at the time, the rest will be there in the charging station. Okay, we have to develop it. So what we are going to see now is authentication. So in the researchers, more of the research scholars are in the line, and dear faculty members, this is nothing but when you are a mathematics faculty, you can easily able to understand what is discrete max. Okay, you know discrete max in the logic and logical proportional logic and logical equivalences, etc. And by using, we can solve many problems. But here in the advanced cases, we are going to use this type of technology and method. So here the initial steps are there. The utility service, there are three cases. When you see, only three cases we are going to see here. One is electric vehicle. He is called user. Electric vehicle is user. Charging station is service provider. USP, it is utility service provider. Okay, so there are three cases. We are going to see the communication of these three: user, charging station, USP. Okay, so let us see what is happening in here in the background of the authentication. The utility service provider USB select its private keys, construct a cryptography one-way hash function. So what is one-way hash function? There are two-way hash function, one-way hash function. Hash function is nothing but simply you take it a function. F of x equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. This is one function. If you feed any value to the x, what will happen? For example, x square, you take f of x equal to x square. If you substitute x equal to 2, what is the solution? 4. Is it correct? But at the same time, if you substitute what you called 5, what will happen? 25 is the output. This is called one-way hash function. But if you substitute 25, can you get 5? It is not possible, because that function must be changed as root of x. Okay, so here one-way hash function is very useful in the communication. Okay, so for example, you understand hash function is nothing but a simple one function. So what is h? H is nothing but if you feed any value 0 or 1, then it is converted into 0 or 1, but in multiple cases. Okay, binary form 0 1 0 1 etc etc. Because before that also we are giving 0 1, but it is converted into some other forms. And biohash function. Biohash function is nothing but what if you take a printout of our bio thumb impression, then hash function calculates some value for our own fingerprint. Okay, that will calculate one value. For example, you take 100. Okay, so you take 100 is our bio hash function value h. Okay, here there are two different h are using. Small h is nothing but for username and password. If you feed into the h, then it will convert. But bio is different because we are giving image. When you give image, the image convert into some other values. Okay, that is hash functions, bio hash function. So now USB announced the hash function h. Now actually the USB announced on hash function that may be any different case. For example, Central Bank of India use f of x equal to x square. Then Indian Bank maybe use f of x equal to x cube plus etc etc. Okay, so different USB will use different functions. And the biohash function H is a public detail because anyone can give input, and the value will be received by the USB. Okay. So now there are two different cases. Time is okay. Um, User registration phase. Actually, if you want to get into the service, first we have to register our entire data into the USB. Now see, the electrical vehicle user, what are the different inputs are giving? First we have to give user ID and password, compute the secret parameter BI. BI is nothing but what? Biometric information. So how many values are we are giving? So we are giving user ID, password, bio information, where bio is the biometric of the user. Further, the user computes. Now see, our username is what? For example, you can take Jackson. Okay, UID is Jackson. Then H of Jackson will become what? A1. A1 is nothing but it is a one humorous value. Humorous value, that is you may take 1,20,222 for example. Okay, that value will become what? A1. Then if you at the same time user password concatenation, this is nothing but, for example, user password is ABC, concatenation of BI. What is BI actually? BI is nothing but our biometric information, and concatenation is adjacent to that. Username is ABC, concatenation, for example, BA is Z. For example, BA is Z, na ABC Z. This is called ABC Z, and you have to give the value into the hash function. That will become for example 2000. For example 2000. Okay, this is 1000. For example, you take 1000. This is 2000. Then actually the user sends a registration request A1 A2. Actually, I convert my original name as Jackson will become what? 1000, and password ABC plus Z will become 2000. We are sending only the data 1000 and 2000 to the USB because USB does not know our name and password. They know only value A1 A2 through the secure channel. The USB computes. What USB will compute? First, USB is computing SI. H of A1 concatenation S. S is nothing but it's any random number. S is any random number. That random number is concatenated to A1, and again it is using the another hash value. So SI, if you put actually what is A1? 2000. This S may be you taken as 100. 2000 200,100. This is what inside the H. So after hash function, SI will become some other new value. Then similarly, BI equal to A2. This is what? Exclusive R symbol. This is you can add SI value. A2 plus SI. Then you can find CI H of A2. We know because USB know A2 and USB have BI, then input the BI, then again we are using hash function, so we can able to find CI. After that, the USB is calculating DI, that is BI plus CI, and finally the USB calculate EI, H of SI. Where is SI? It is available. It is first calculated value. Concatenation, CI, that is third calculated value. Next DI, that is fourth calculated value. All the values concatenated and feed into the hash function, that will become a new value. EI. EI may be what? 10 lakhs. For example, EI may be 10 lakhs. Further, USB build a smart card. Smart card means the set of data, BI, DI, EI. So these three data given to what? User, and send it to the user through the same secure channel. So now user, for example, I am the one of the user, means we know A1, A2 and BI, DI, EI. Okay, any doubt up to this?
No, sir, it's very clear.
Okay, thank you. So now, so USB compute all the three, all the four cases. Finally, it is calculating EI. But in the secure channel, USB sends BI, DI, EI to the user. So after receiving these three data, after receive the SCA smart card, user computes FI. What is FI? BI plus A2 plus A1. Because how will you find FI? Because A2 is available, A1 is also available with user. If you feed into the BI, actually this exclusive or means double time enter means that will cancel. So what is FI? Actually BI is nothing but what? BI is A2 plus SI. If you substitute these two values in BI instead of BI, A2 and what is that? SI will appear. A2 get cancelled. Remaining is A1 SI. And after that, GI will find by the user, that is A1, because A1 knows. Then U of user password will know, and H1 of BA. This is nothing but what? H1 is the hash function. Actually, here we used biohash function, but here the notation is H of 1 is nothing but bio value, where H1 is the hash function whose output concatenated to user password result to the size of the output of hash value H. So now user also computes Ki. K is H of A1 concatenation BA. What is BA? BA is nothing but biometric function. A1 is our user ID value, and we can find K1 and reconstruct the smart card as SC equal to FI, EI, GI, K. What is FI? We have FI here. What is EI? EI also available in the smart card. It is sent by USB. And GI, we calculated GI, and KI. What is KI? KI also calculated this. Actually, why we are using extra two things means GI and KI are included only for the motivation of password recovery feature. If you, in future, if you forgot our username or password, we have to use GA and KI. But for login authentication, we are going to use only FI and EA. Okay. Now another thing, similarly, actually we registered, actually electric vehicle user registered. Now at the same time, charging station also register into the USB portal. So actually in the charging station, no other issues. They are giving service provider. So simply, for example, Coimbatore charging station A. So CA, for example, if you give CA and for example, actually charging station CS selects its identity CS ID and submit it to the USB. The USB computes CJ, that is H of CS ID concatenation S. S is nothing but random number. Then and send to the CSC through a secure channel. By the same time, USB destroy the value of CJ from its system, and the CS keeps CJ. What is CJ value? Because CJ is nothing but CST values concatenation S hash value. Okay, so it is a secret value. Now let us see how to log in and authenticate. Login and mutual authentication. Actually, this is login. As usual, if you take the mobile app, already registration process is over. First day we registered everything. Then next day, if you want to open the app, what are the questions are arrives in our app? When you see that next day, if you open, they are this app will ask username and password. Correct? Username and password. So the electric vehicle user, that is us, enters UID. Default, we have to give user ID and password and inputs. Three inputs are, we are giving three inputs. The SC computes. What will compute first? bio function A1 and A2 because he knows. The smart card knows the formula to find user ID has value and password has value and input has value. As usual, we said this is 1000, this is 2000, this may be some value. So after calculating the three value, SC will compute because we are not communicating till now. The app will calculate whether it is a right person or not. Is it right? If you use the next day, the app will calculate our username and password. If there is any wrong, they destroy or they terminate the session, correct? So now a similar case, what is happening inside the app? Let us see. The smart card means in our cell phone, app, not in the communication system, in our cell phone app. SI is nothing but FI plus A1. What is SI? FI plus A1, we know A1 value. At the same time, in the smart card, we have what? FI value. Do you understand? In the smart card, we have FI value. After giving the input, smart card can able to A1 value. Then both concatenation, then SC, smart card computes SI. Then BI. How will we find BI? Once you know SI plus concatenation, then you can able to find BI. Once if you know BI, then CI will calculate H of A2. A2 is available information because calculated. BI is stored information. It is recovered from the smart card. Then here we have CI. And DI. DI is nothing but CI plus BI. These formulas are calculated by USB. It is available here. Okay, so when you see that, okay. And EI is nothing but what's H of SI concatenation CI concatenation DA. Actually, after substituting this value, we will get a new value. It may be 1 lakh. So previously, in the smart card knows the value. What is that? EI. What is EI? Previously, USB computes one EI value. That is H of SI CA DI. Now, smart card can compute what? SI CA DA. So if both values are same, this is new value. E star I is calculated new value. EI is stored value. If both are correct, now see this is checking case. EI is equal to the stored EI. If it is valid, then smart card accept the UI as a valid EVU. Otherwise, reject the and terminates the session. Okay. For example, if you put wrong password in our mobile app, similarly, what will happen? Without internet, you can try in your mobile phone. Without internet, if you try username and password, simply it will give wrong if you give the wrong password and the username. So, similarly, that is called smart card. Okay. So now upon successful verification of the user, the smart card, yes, you select a random number RU and computes. What are the values we are computing here? L1. L1 is nothing but what? H of A1. A1 is, what is A1? Username detail. Concatenation random number. Smart card use the random number. L2 is nothing but what? L1 plus SI. L1 is now calculated. SI is, that is also calculated previously. Okay. So the combination is nothing but L2. Next, authentication U. H of L1, L2 and time 1. What is T1? That is time. T1 is nothing but time. For example, now the time is 2 o'clock, 39 minutes, 35 seconds. That is nothing but T1. So L1 information, concatenation L2 information and T1 information. Okay. All the combination value is nothing but authentication. Now, if you want to securely send the details to the case, what is happening in the login process? Then smart card find W1, that is L1 plus CA star plus L2. L2 is available. CA, it is also calculated here. What is L1? That is also calculated here. So this is a pack. This is a packet. W1 is one packet, and also it is computing what W2. L1 plus A1, that is also available information. CA is also available information, where T1 is the correct timestamp. So further, S is sent to the login message. What is M1? First message. The first message include W1, W2, L2, auth authentication user. This is AUTH means auth, U means user. T1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values sending to CS. CS means what? Charging station. Okay. So first, when you see that here, when you go to the charging station, there is an app input charging station. We are giving this input to the charging station. First, charging station will verify whether you are a valid customer. Now see, after receiving message 1, CS checks the time delay T2 minus T1. What is T2 minus T1? For example, 2 o'clock 40 minutes 2 seconds. This is what is that? 2 o'clock 39 minutes 35 seconds. This should be what? Very lesser value. Because if it's 1 hour, 2 hour delay, what will happen? The automatically time delay must be what? Very minimum. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That should be very, very minimum. Only then will work. Where delta t is the acceptable time delay. Okay. If it is acceptable, then CS choose a random number RCS and then computes. Now, okay, L3. CS charging station will compute L3. H of CS ID concatenation, that is random number of what? Charging station random number and charging station ID, both combined to the hash function. After that, input. If you feed any value into the hash function, that will create a new numerical value, correct? That numerical value is L3. L4 is nothing but L3 exclusive or CJ. What is CJ? Because CJ is nothing but what? CJ is nothing but charging station registration in space. The USB compute CJ. CJ is user ID and random number. This is CJ. CJ value knows only 2%. One is what? Charging station. Another one is what? USB. So charging station will compute L3, L4 and auth CS. H of L3. L3 is available information. L4 is also available information. T2 is present time T. Further, CS construct the message. CS next message M2. That's it. Message 2. CS ID charging station ID. L4 is calculated by CS. Auth CS calculated by charging station. T2, that is time 2 for T2. Next, previously we charging station has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. Okay. So along with these 4 values, it will send another 4 values. So CA with W1, W2, L2, RU, T1, another 5 values. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values. So in the 9 values, 4 based on what? Charging station, 5 values related to user. So there are 9 values are sending to what? To USB. Now USB check. What will check? Time delay. T2 minus T3. It should be comparable. Then otherwise it will reject. And compute CJ. How CJ? Because he is sending CAD, CSID. CSID is his name, charging station name. And S is nothing but what? Random number. Okay. After input, USB can calculate CJ because it is given by what? USB. So he can it can calculate. Now L3. How will L3 star? This is L star 3 actually. So L star 3 is nothing but L4 plus Cj, because this is programmed. Now see, now see that Cj. So again, if you concatenated Cj, what will happen? Cj will cancel. Computer USB can calculate L3 because USB knows Cj. So again, if you put plus Cj here, twice if it is repeated, that is cancelled. That is called exclusive OR. So Cj cancel, USB can calculate L3. So L3 calculated, and authentication CS, H of L3, L4 and T2, because it is programmed, he can calculate auth CS. So if auth CS, because in the available message, for example, this value is 200. USB calculated one value, that is also 200, because star means calculated by USB, without star is sent by CS. So if both, now see, auth star CS equal to auth CS. If both are equal means it will accept. If it not holds USB, terminates the session, otherwise USB computes. First actually USB checks whether the charging station is registered or not. So this is checked by USB. Now it is correct. Charging station is registered charging station, so it will accept. Then only it will take the message, remaining 5 terms. First four utilized now by USB. If it is correct only, then it will take another 5 terms. Okay. So now after successful checkup of charging station, again USB computes A1 plus L2. How will you find A1 plus L2? Because now see, if you add, what will happen? W1, W2, this L1, L2, L1, L1 cancel, correct? The remaining terms. Sorry, okay. Now see. So adding of W1, W2 will give A1 plus L2. So how will you find A1? A1 is A1 plus L2 plus L2 star. L2 is given by what? In the message. L2 is available. W1, W2 available. L2 available. So by using W1, W2, we can able to find A1, L2. After finding A1, L2, if you add L2, then it will cancel. You can find A1, A1. Both will become equal. So after finding A1, you can calculate SI. What is SI? H of A1 concatenation S. Its formula is given by previously given by USB. Okay. So now SI equal to H of A star 1 concatenation S. After successful computation of SI, L1 can calculate. How will you find L1? L2 plus SI. Because once you know SI and exclusive or L2, then you can able to find what L1. And authentication U. How will you authenticate L1? If you know L1, L2, T1, you can find auth, because auth is sent by what? Where is auth U? Here. It is calculated by smart card, that is user side. Auth U equal to H of L1, L2, T1. If USB knows L1, L2 and T1, only then USB can calculate auth U. So from the W1, W2, L2, USB can calculate, you find L2, L1 and T1. Okay, T1 is sent, but by using these three information, USB can able to find L1, L2. So that is what given. Okay, after successful finding of auth U, this is auth U. Now afterwards USB checks auth and auth star, both are correct, then USB accept both user and charging station. If both are correct, user registered user, charging station is you register, then it can able to find random number of USB, then it will find L5. H of T1, yes madam. Okay. Okay, within 5 minutes I will complete. Okay, actually this is a large one. It will take more than 3 hours, but I will try to complete within 1 hour. Okay, it's okay. It is if you complete this slide, you can able to understand. So L5, H of T1, T2, T3 are available, or USB. It is also created by now. L5 created by USB. Now USB again create NUL, NU1, not L, NU1, L3 star plus H of L1 concatenation SI, NU2, NCSI, NCS2, NRCS, NRU. So it will find all the cases, and finally USB construct a response message. So in the response message 3 is sending to what? M3 is NCOs, and all the data will send to CS, charging station, reverse. First user to charging station to USB. Now reverse, USB to charging station. Charging station will calculate NRCS. So we have NRCS1, CS2 and all the information. Then if it is okay, then CS authenticates the USB. Actually USB check remaining two. Now charging station is checking whether USB is correct or not. Okay, that is what happening here. Next it will find L1 because L1 is nothing but NC1 plus H of N, and L5. Okay, now three values, charging station knows 3 value. What are the 3 value? L1, it is calculated from the message 3. L5, it is also calculated from the message 3. L3, it is actually previously calculated by charging station. Okay, L3 is calculated by charging station. So now charging station knows L1, L5. If it is correct, then the remaining message, the remaining terms, what are the remaining? NU1, NU2, NR, 3 values sent to what? User ID. So in the user calculate H of NU1, NU2, SI, L1, and if it is correct, then authenticate. If it is valid, then computes L3. So L3 is NU1, H of LU2, and by using this formula, you can find L3. Now L5 is also calculated by the given information. Now see, user knows L1, L3, L5, and also charging station knows L1, L3, L5. See here, session key is nothing but SK. SK equal to H of L1 concatenation L3 concatenation L5. These are L1 information is what? User information. L3 is charging station information. L5 is USB information. If both are correct, these 3 are correct, then if you give all the values in the hash function, that will create one session key. Okay, simply if you want to understand session key is nothing but for example, if you GPay to any one person, what will happen? You will get a transaction ID. Is it correct? If you transfer one amount to any one vendor, any one person, after receiving the amount or after send the amount, you will get one transaction ID. That ID is nothing but session key. That ID is nothing but session key in the vehicle communication. Okay, so this is what happening inside the communication inside the mobile app. Okay, so this is the ultimate aim to convey my talk. These are the message I want to share. Actually, most of the people can able to understand what I taught in the last 50 minutes. In the research student, I give you the hint. Research students can go through these IEEE papers. A simple thing, if you understand this key, if you change any cases here, the entire session key will change. If you change CA, if you want to add one more thing here, for example, if you want remove or anything, if you add here, the entire session process will change. That is nothing but a new paper. That's all. But the background work is different. This is the engine work. For example, if you take a car, engine is the main part. This is the main part of any communication system. So if you know how to modify it, then you will be a best researcher. Okay. So actually, this paper is one of my IEEE paper. I explained, and also I am working on the another part, satellite communication also. So I think. This is enough. The time is 2:50, sorry, 3:55, and here we may ask one question, sir. How it's work? How will you validate this? Whether it is right or wrong? So there is a one another important case, that is band logic. Because we know the discrete case P then Q. If P then Q, one value, and Q then R, another value. What is the result if you take the both? P then R. Directly you can come to P then R. If you buy a ticket, you can go to the cinema. If you go to the cinema, you can get a free popcorn. Okay, there are two cases. So simple thing, if you buy a ticket, you will get a popcorn. Simple thing. So this is what band logic is explaining in the communication system. So if you want to understand band logic, I will share this slide to coordinators. They will share this slide to you. Then you can able to see all the details what I want to convey here. So this is logic. If any code, if you write by using band logic, you can explain logic codes. Okay, actually this band logic formulated by Burroughs, Abadi, and Needham in 1989. So by using this logic, we can check our key protocol. This is authentication and key establishment. Authentication means these concept are authentication. Key establishment, this is SK. Session key is nothing but key establishment. We can use another way. So these are another three cases are there: communication cost, computational cost, and storage cost. Three costs are there. We have to reduce that also. We can give very complicated function here, but communication cost will increase. Computational cost will increase. So that time you have to reduce also. Okay. So thank you. These are the band logic cases, but there is no time to explain this. So my conclusion, you understand everything. I think what is authentication, what is key establishment, what is V2V, what is vehicle to grid. Okay, so everything is mathematical concept only. Okay, so finally I want to say engineering plus mathematics is everything. Engineering minus mathematics nothing. Okay, so worry is the conversation you have with yourself about things you cannot change. That is called worry. Actually, prayer is the conversation you have with God about things we can change. Okay. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your wonderful presentation in the authentication from V2G and V2V. So, is
Thank you
there
so
any
much.
question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my question is about the computation part.
Yes.
Uh, can we compute these hash function values manually, or do we need any particular special software to compute all these values?
Actually, madam, hash function is it is a number theory. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's number theory. You can, the hash function may be any type of function. Okay,
Okay.
for example, now in number theory, you can take for x equal to a power k mod z. You can give any three values, then it will calculate. The z may be crore value, k value may be a lakhs value. Everything, if you feed into that formula, the Python programming, we have a lot of programming cases. In that case, that will reduce.
Okay, sir.
That will calculate the value. That is nothing but hash function.
Yes, sir.
Hash function only not simply f of x equal to x square plus 2x plus something. It may be any difficult function, but that difficult function must be calculated in a small time period.
Okay, sir. Using this Python programming or some other programming.
Yes, madam. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Participants, if you have any queries, please you can ask.
Any questions?
Sir, one more question.
Yes, sir.
Uh, is there any open ideas in this topic, which means for new researchers?
Sir, actually, if you understand the entire session, then easily I share IEEE papers. When you go through IEEE papers, a recent publication in IEEE, uh, download few papers and you compare with this basic ideas. Okay, actually, I explained everything. I explained in within a 1 hour, but I learned these concepts 6 months, minimum 6 months, at least 1 year. I understand everything within the study of 1 year. Okay, so actually, if you understand the entire session, then easily you can able to study every IEEE paper related to the communication authentication purpose. So kindly go through the paper and my slides, and then easily you can use that. Now the new research is satellite communication. In the future, we are going to see many difficulties or war through satellite only. So we have to communicate. We have to develop our communication in the satellite communications. So students, research scholar can contribute your papers into satellite communications.
Sure, sir. One more question
Yes, sir.
in the Google Meet platform.
Yes, sir.
Uh, can we relate this topic with fuzzy set?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can relate to the fuzzy set in the middle of the part. You can, for example, the calculated part, you can use the fuzzy set.
Okay,
One
instead of
paper
group
is, I
function,
think,
we
one
can
paper
use
is
fuzzy
here.
function.
Yes, sir. You can use fuzzy set, fuzzy functions in the middle of the part. I think one paper is available related to fuzzy. I think so. I somewhere studied.
Okay,
You
so
can graph theory, group theory, and discrete max. Everything involved in this type of paper. I shared a few 10 papers, Jackson sir. Then you can share the 10 papers to participants. Then they can easily relate it to them.
sure, sir. Sure. So hope that everybody was benefited with your talk.
Sir,
So
before that, sir,
Yes, madam.
excuse me, sir, before that in chat box, one more question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, any topological connection is there with the cryptography?
Yes, madam. Actually, this is nothing but cryptography. Actually, hash function. Is cryptography. Actually, encryption and decryption are there, the cryptography. But in our paper, we used only one way has one. Two way means encryption and decryption, that is two way. Hash function is one way. Okay. So if both are correct, we can communicate. Otherwise, it is not possible to decrypt here. You can use encrypt. Is it correct, madam? Again,
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. But the question was, is there any topological connections since?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. A topological connection is there. You can go
Okay,
through many
okay.
papers. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank
So
you.
I'd like to invite Professor Pandiselvi to give away the vote of thanks for this session. Please, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. As we conclude this enlightening faculty development program, we are filled with gratitude and appreciation for the incredible journey we have shared. To the divine force that guides us, we offer our humble thanks for the gift of knowledge and the opportunity to grow. To our visionary secretary, Sri APCV Chokkalingam, and beloved principal, Dr. C. Veerabahu, we extend our sincerest gratitude for providing the platform and resources that made this day possible. We would like to thank our head of the department, Dr. C. Devamanogaran, for his tireless efforts in organizing and coordinating this program. Special thanks to our esteemed resource person, Dr. P.Chinnaraj, Associate Professor of Mathematics, PSG, Technology and Applied Research, Coimbatore. We salute your expertise and passion for mathematics, which has inspired us to reach new heights. Finally, we would like to thank from various institution faculties and scholars for their active participation, engaging discussions, and thoughtful questions, which have enriched our understanding of authentication and the key establishment for V2V and V2G. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for making this day 3 a memorable and enriching experience. Thank you.
Thank you,
So
sir. Shall I leave?
definitely, sir.
Sir, thank
So
you
I'd
so
like
much,
to
sir.
thank Professor Pandiselvi for his versatile vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Also, I thank our technical team, Professor Gomadinayagam, for his wonderful technical support to telecast this FDP in the our official YouTube channel VOCC Watch. So our feedback link has been posted in both the platforms. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback link and we'll reach you tomorrow with another interesting talk in day 4 of our 6 days FDP. Thank you. Have a nice day.